Hey guys, Will Pemble here. It is evening time and I am in my kooky shop, and just tonight I've got a little bit of time and I want to start doing some of the calculations and thinking about the chain lift. And so here's what I have. This here is an old rock tumbler that, let's see if you look up. Oh no, you see that thing? That's the actual tumble part of the rock tumbler. That would have sat right here. And then this motor turns this wheel, and then these things turn, and that tumbles rocks. And then I even actually have grit and everything for it. But I'm going to use this for something else now. What I'm going to use is this little 3/4 horsepower, 1870 RPM, old electric motor, but they just last forever. They never die. And this gear and this flywheel, and then that is going to connect over to the other side, which is going to have a sprocket on it, and the sprocket is going to wrap around this chain, which we have a fair bit of. We're going to need like 25 feet of that, and then the lift hill will kind of go up that way. So that's how this is. What I need to do before I order the sprockets is I need to figure out what the RPM of this wheel is going to be, because as it turns around once, then I'll be able to figure out the circumference of the sprockets that I'm using, which means I'll be able to figure out how much chain is being pulled per revolution, which means I'll know how much time it's going to take for the chain lift to pull the coaster up to the top of the hill. And I'll also be able to figure out other things based on the horsepower of the motor. I'll be able to, and the weight of the cart, and the height of the hill, and the angle of steepness of the hill. I'll be able to figure out all of those things to make sure that I've got the right kind of motor, the right size sprockets, and the right setup for the whole thing. So there's a fair bit of math that needs to happen first, and this is the first part of doing that math, is to figure out how fast this wheel is going. What I'm going to do here is I've got my little Sharpie here, and I'm just going to draw a nice bright red rectangle shape-ish right here, so that when the thing spins I can count the number of spins. And I'm going to shoot this in super slow-mo because I have an awesome super slow-mo function on my new phone, which I think is fun. And I'll also be able to count it a little bit more easily, right? So, are you ready? So we're going to start. Okay, we'll plug the motor in right here, and then we'll just film it for a few seconds and count. Okay, so that was the super slow-mo with a little bit of titles and everything, and as you see, the thing went around 21 times in 6 seconds, which is 1/10 of 1 minute, which means it's going to go around 210 times in 1 minute. So we've got 210 RPM on this big wheel, which is turning this shaft, which means this shaft and the other side of that shaft, and this little wheel is also turning at 210 RPM. So the next thing I'm going to do, but I can't do it today because I got to go to bed, it's late at night. The next thing I'm going to do is to figure out the circumference of my sprocket so that I know how much chain I can pull across the sprocket per revolution, and that's how we're going to figure out how fast the cart is going to go up the lift hill. So next time I'll show you a cool spreadsheet and a way to do those kinds of calculations as well. But mostly today what I wanted to figure out was what is the RPM of that wheel, and I think we did a good job of figuring it out. So have a good time, night, evening. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.